Hi guys, this is Howie from Soulfix. So we're here to talk about Puma MB.02 and this is their second iteration for the Rick and Morty colorway. From the previous Lamelo Ball signature series, he released the collaboration with Adult Swim's Rick and Morty. So I have here the MB01 Rick and Morty. So basically, this is just a MB01 in a mismatched colorway, and the color is based from the cartoon or animation series Rick and Morty. So basically, what I understand with the sneakers is if you watch Rick and Morty, there are a lot of um, variations and blast of colors on that TV show. So um, when I saw the Rick and Morty MB01, it reminds me of the slime and the gooey part whenever they encountered aliens or they have misadventures. So there are a lot of there's a lot of colors there, and this reminds me of goo and slime from that TV show. But this time, for the MB02 Rick and Morty, they tweak it out a bit. This reminds me of the portal that they use whenever they travel to multi-dimensional parts of the universe. So this is what reminds me of this colorway. So yeah, that's a bit intro or history about the Rick and Morty collaboration with the MB or Malamelable signature shoes. So let's talk about the traction. So the traction still has the same grippier material that they use for the MB02 Supernova. So this is the first colorway that they released during the start of the season. But the only difference with the Rick and Morty is the color. Still the same materials, but this one has a mismatched colorway. Still has the same pattern, which is based from Lamelo Ball's tattoos. So I think this is more like the feather um, tattoo that he has. I'm not sure on which part of his body does this was based from. So that's the traction and the traction pattern. Um, in terms of cushioning, this has still the same nitro infused material, which is also used from the MB01, but there are a couple of changes that they did for the MB02. So if you're going to notice, this has still the same. This is the MB01, still has the same nitro infused cushioning, but this one is caged. So this X marks here is cage. This is a TPU material. So I believe this is for the lateral movement and the stability of the sneaker. So they put a TPU here for the stability, and this is cage. But on the other side of this shoe, it's not cage. But for the MB02, this is now not cage. This is the cushion. So you notice there's no cage here on the heel. Also here, same goes around here. So this is the nitro infused foam that they are currently using for their basketball sneakers. In terms of material, there are a couple of changes that they did based from the Supernova colorway. You're going to notice the upper is a textile material with a mesh-like ripstop material, and there are infused material here. This reminds me of Kobe 5. So it has a lot of infused material. I think that's for the stability, since this is a mesh like ripstop material. So they put some infused parts for making the upper a little bit sturdier. But for the Rick and Morty, you're going to notice instead of fused material, this is like a transparent part. It's like a rubber like material that they put on the toe. Going to compare each thing. This is much rubber like as compared to the infused material that they use here. And this is still the same on the other parts of the sneaker. We're going to notice here. Still the same tongue, but they change up the design on the tongue a bit. So this one has LaMelo Ball's logo. This one has Rick here, and this one is Morty. Okay, so those are for the traction, cushion, and materials. In terms of fit, automatically I learned my lesson with Puma and some other brands. So I always go half size up from my 7.5 US, which I use for Jordans and my Nikes. But for this one, I went size 8 US. So it fits me perfectly, whether it's thin socks or thicker socks. So I don't have any issues wearing this sneaker, even though if I went half size up. So the ventilation as compared, I'm going to compare the MB.02 to the MB.01. I believe that the MB.02 is much cooler wearing it. The ventilation is much nicer and much comfortable with the MB.02 because they lessen the pads and the upper. They trim out some of those materials that makes this sneaker a little bit hotter compared to the MB.02. So in terms of support, this has the same feel, comfort, and support as the MB.01. However, this is much lighter and much thinner in terms of materials, and its upper, this is much lighter and thinner compared to the MB.01. So overall, still MB or the Puma brand made it a little comfortable, and this is an enhancement from the previous version MB.01. So I believe this is the reason why this is a much better version of the LaMelo Ball sneakers, in my opinion, compared to the MB.01. So yeah, that's my short detailed review for the MB.02 Rick and Morty. So if you're new to our channel, please hit the like button and subscribe button. Hit the bell icon if you want to get notified whenever we post new videos. And follow us on our IG and FB. And if you're interested, I have a new hobby that I've been doing for the past few weeks. It's Lego building. So soon I might be reviewing some Lego build sets. So follow me on TikTok at Tito Howie Builds. I'll post my links below. Also on my IG account, that's also my personal IG account. Tito Howie. So yeah, this is Howie. Soul Freaks out, and keep moving forward. And to all mothers out there, to my wife, to my mom, to my sister, cousins, um, office mates, and friends, happy Mother's Day to you all.